Please, I need to speak to someone today. Please say what you would have me say. I want someone to see. Please, you will be sure. You will be hello everybody. Anyone who's out there anyway. Welcome to my live show. Hi there, Anita Smith. How are you this morning? I just realized something. Be right back. Hi, Perlando. How is everybody this morning? There. I'm wonderful, Anita. How is the weather where you people are at? It's nice and sunny so far here in Northeast Michigan. And today is my wife's 63rd birthday. So my kids will be coming up for that. And it'd be nice if it was warm enough if we could grill hamburgers outside. I don't know, that's pushing it. It's kind of chilly yet. Excuse me. Didn't plan on that one. I hate that when they sneak up on you like that. 63 in West Virginia, I would take that. Let's see. Kids, yeah, back. Well, it says it's like 80 degrees in the sun, but it's not. The sun's shining right on my thermometer right now. We're doing good, Parlando. So far, so good. Other than the kids coming today, I don't really know what else we're going to be doing. The kids might have something planned, I don't know. If they do, I'm unaware of it. Tripping over my words. I made 12 pounds. Yeah. 12 or 15 pounds. I forgot. I have to look again. Of ground bologna for sandwiches. Or some people call it sandwich bread. Yesterday. Sat there with my cast iron hand grinder and ground it all up. I took 3 pounds of it over to my parents across the road, and made 4 pounds for my kids because they love my ground bologna. So I made some for them, and we still got a lot. I know my son's going to take at least 2 pounds. But it's okay, I don't mind. I got the grinder, and I bought a whole gallon of the whole kosher dill pickles to put in it. Anita, I'm in northeast Michigan. We're supposed to have snow heading this way. Hopefully it went by us, so we're not going to get it now. But it was just 2 weeks ago. We had 7.5 inches of snow. 70 degrees 2 days before that. And then we got snow, a whole bunch of it. And the next day it was all gone. Because we had another 70-degree day and it all melted. Made a sloppy mess. And I live in the woods. Thinking about trying to plant some of my garden seeds. If it gets warm enough today when my granddaughter and grandson come. My granddaughter's a little older, so maybe I'll have her help me plant my radishes and stuff. She might like that. She loves to do things with Grampy. I know last time they were here was, well, for Easter. I walked them out to the car and helped my daughter get the kids in the car and stuff. And my granddaughter grabs my arm and she says, "I'm not letting go." She says, "I don't want to leave." Just ripped at my heartstrings. I said, "Well, you'll be back for Grammy's birthday." And she goes, "Yeah, but that's 20,000 years. So funny. I remember when I was that young too, though, time went a lot slower than it does for us. When you get older, it just seems to like zip by, and the years just go by like the blink of an eye. When I was younger, we used to have a tire swing hanging in between 2 trees. Neighbor kids had put it up It was my favorite place to go. I'd sit on that thing, and I used to contemplate in 2020 how old I would be and what I would be doing, and you know, well, it was nothing like what I was thinking. You always think when you're young that your life will be so much different than it turns out. It's like you try to plot out everything. You know, I never thought I'd be married. For some reason, I really didn't think about that. I was just thinking about me, what I'd be, down the road for my future. But I didn't realize I'd be married and have 2 kids and grandkids and all that by now. It's amazing, though. So I have pictures all over my walls here of the past, It's so neat. Yeah, it is kind of early yet here, Anita. Well, let's see. I have a chart here on my wall. And it doesn't say. See, radishes only take 6 days to germinate, according to this chart, and 28 to 36 days to maturity. I don't know how cold tolerant they are. Some plants are more cold tolerant than others. Get a bit of a cold today. It's been hanging on the last week or so. See, I got these onions I want to get in the ground. But I think I'll let them go a little longer than what they say, because they show them like little onions, and I want big ones. That's all you really do, is just leave them in the ground longer. And it doesn't matter how strong they get or nothing like that, because I'm going to make onion powder or something out of them anyway. I'll take the green onions off, and dry those. Yeah, I know. I used to do all kinds of stuff with my grandfather too. He used to take me out in his boat fishing and stuff, just about every other day, because he lived right at the mouth of the bay, so he could go out anytime he wanted. And he kept his boat across the road in the channel, so it was always in the water. And I like that. And then I got some, get it in the camera right, some lettuce I want to plant. These seeds were at Dollar General for $4 and they seem to grow fine for me. Well, I pay ridiculous prices for 1 pack, I've never planted broccoli. I don't know if it would come up for me or not. And then these beans. I like green beans raw. I just pick them off and eat them. But these is what I really want, this next thing. Me and my wife eat them, but my kids don't really care for them. But you can use the tops to these too. Red beets. I like red beets. Pickled, candied, juiced. I don't care. I like them. But plant some of those. Those I have to see. 55 to 60 days to harvest. And then my peppers, sweet green peppers, they don't seem to grow too good for me from seed, so I don't know if they'll grow or not. And these are California Wonder sweet green peppers. And then my radishes here are the gourmet blend. There's purple, way down at the bottom, there's purple ones, red ones, orange ones, white ones, and elongated red ones. Yeah, it just says gourmet blend. If you look at the very bottom corners in the picture, like right there and right here, there's a couple purple ones. I've never seen purple radishes though. Yeah, red beets are good. I got a cabbage I gotta cook up later. You guys ever make cabbage steaks? Boy, are they good. If you like cabbage. Some people don't, but some people just buy cabbage to make coleslaw, which is fine. But cabbage is very, very healthy for you. How do you make yours baked? I don't know if I've ever had them baked. I've had them raw, I've had them pickled, I've had them candied. I may have, just don't remember when I was a kid. Excuse me. Gee. Ugh. I hope it's not buffering too bad or anything, because I'm at the end of my data plan, so it might stop at any time. I don't know why it's still on. I'll take advantage of it till it runs out. And then I don't know if we'll be able to fill it again this next month. I hope so. I don't know. Oh, did I lose you? Oh my goodness. Then I forgot to turn on live chat. Oh no. So, Anita, how do you bake your beets? I don't think I've ever had them baked. Orlando, are you still there? I'm a little later getting on than I normally am, but I got started and got around a little bit late today. But I'm here. I'm here at least. Oh, really? I've never done it that way. I'll try that. That's very, very, very interesting. Well, today what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over, and I don't know if I'll give you guys, if I will read it with you. I think what I'll do is give you like an assignment, because it's good to hear it, and I've made videos on it before, but it's kind of good for you to get into it and read it yourself, and I don't know how long my voice is going to hold out. But this is for people that may not know. Hi, Eileen, how are you? I didn't see you come on. You must have just came on. But this is, I'm going to give you some scriptures today. Yeah, what I want you to do is write the scriptures down, and in your own time, when it's convenient for you, to go in and read these. They're not in order, so you'll just have to, in your mind when you're reading them, put them in order. This is on just a very basic plan of Christianity, okay? And what we're going to start with is Malachi chapter 3, verse 8. That's the subject on tithes. And then we're going to go with James chapter 4, the whole thing. Thank you for coming, Anita. Okay, and then 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Okay, now James chapter 4 that I said before is about submitting to God. And 1 Peter 4, chapter 4, verse 12 is about the cost of Christianity. And then the next one is 1 John 1, chapter 1, verse 5. It's about walking in the light. And then the next one is 1 John 2, chapter 2, verse 28, and then John 3, verses 1 through 4, and that's about a child of God. And then the next one is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 14 through 18. It's about do not be unequally yoked. Then in Revelation 21, the whole thing, it's about New Jerusalem. And the next one is Revelation 22 and verse 12. It's about the rewards. And here's a little thought too for the day. When God calls you, God's grace will sustain you. God's power will use you, and the necessity for God's love will be needed. But those are all good things to get started with the scripture that I gave you to get started in your Christian walk. And then I would really recommend reading the entire book of John. And then later, Matthew is my favorite book. There's a lot of other disciples too that are really good, but for some reason I love the way Matthew puts things. And then all the New Testament disciples gave the story according to their point of view, the way they saw things. The same story but told differently through each person's eyes. Another one is Luke, because Luke was a doctor, and you kind of get it from a professional perspective of the way he saw things. But John was after the Lord's heart, and you can tell by the way he writes and stuff. But Matthew was a tax collector, and I think he offers a unique perspective. And it's one of my favorite books, to tell you the truth. And I thought it was fitting because it's Sunday. And then what I wanted to read to you today is my favorite one of all time. And a lot of us know this. It's Psalm 91. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. Hi, Tessie. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you'll not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and serpent. Because He loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Isn't that great? I just love that. It's all about the Lord's protection for His believers, His followers. It's so wonderful. Believe me, there's plenty of times in my life where I need to read that to myself over and over and over. Yeah. I think I'll go on to the next one too. Psalm 92. Now I'm reading out of the NIV, because that's just what I have here. I do have other versions too, but this is the one I choose because we speak this way nowadays. We didn't speak, we don't now anyway, Elizabethan English. And they're all just translations. King James is just a translation too, that the Catholic Church approved. It is good to praise the Lord and make music to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your love in the morning and your faithfulness at night. To the music of the 10-stringed lyre and melody of the harp, For you make me glad in your deeds, O Lord. I sing for joy at the works of your hands. How great are your works, O Lord! How profound your thoughts! The senseless man does not know. Fools do not understand that though the wicked spring up like grass, and all evildoers flourish, they will be forever destroyed. But you, O Lord, are exalted forever. For surely your enemies, O Lord, surely your enemies will perish, and all evildoers will be scattered. You have exalted my horn like that of a wild ox. Fine oils have been poured upon me. My eyes have seen the defeat of my adversaries. My ears have learned the rout of my wicked foes. The righteous will flourish like a palm tree. They will grow like a cedar of Lebanon, planted in the house of the Lord. They will flourish in the courts of our God. They will still bear fruit in old age. They will stay fresh and green, proclaiming, "The Lord is upright. He is my rock, and there is no wickedness in him." Oh, hallelujah. Let's do the next one. The Lord reigns. He is robed in majesty. The Lord is robed in majesty and is armed with strength. The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved. Your throne was established long ago. You are from all eternity. The seas have lifted up, O Lord. The seas have lifted up your voice. The seas have lifted up their pounding waves, mightier than the thunder of the great waters, mightier than the breakers of the sea. The Lord on high is mighty. Your statutes stand firm. Holiness adorns your house, your endless days, O Lord. Oh, I love it, I love it. Now, I think what I'll do, let's see here. Let's jump over to Psalm 95. Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is great, is the great God, the great King above all gods. In his hand there are depths of the earth, and the mountain peaks belong to him. The sea is his, for he made it, and his hands formed the dry land. Come, let us bow down in worship. Let us kneel before the Lord our Maker, for he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the flock under his care. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts, as you did in Meribah, as you did that day at Massah in the desert, where your fathers tested and tried me. Though they had seen what I did, for 40 years I was angry with that generation. I said, they are a people whose hearts go astray, and they have not known my ways. So I declared an oath in my anger, they shall never enter my rest. Ooh. Might as well go on to 96. Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise his name, proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all peoples. For great is the Lord, and most worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods. For all gods of the nations are idols. But the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and glory are his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, O families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in splendor of his holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established, it cannot be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. Let the heavens rejoice, let the earth be glad, let the sea resound, and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant, and everything in them. Then all the trees in the forest will sing for joy. They will sing before the Lord, for he comes. He comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness, and the peoples in his truth. Ooh, that's nice. Very nice. Oh, let's see. Shall we take the quest here? Oh, another one that I really like. We'll jump over to Psalm 103. I really like that one too. Praise the Lord, O my soul. All my inmost being, praise his holy name. Praise the Lord, O my soul, and forget not its benefits. Who forgives all your sins and heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit and crowns you with love and compassion, who satisfies your desires with good things, so that your youth be renewed like the eagles. The Lord works works righteousness and justice for all the oppressed. He made known his ways to Moses, his deeds to the people of Israel. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. He will not always accuse, nor will he harbor his anger forever. He does not treat us as our sins deserve, or repay us according to our iniquities. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his love for those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. As a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. For he knows how we are formed. He remembers that we are dust. As for man, his days are like grass. He flourishes like a flower of the field. The wind blows over it, and it's gone, and its place remembers it no more. But from everlasting to everlasting, the Lord's love is with those who fear him, and his righteousness with their children's children, with those who keep his covenant and remember to obey his precepts. The Lord has established his throne in heaven, and his kingdom rules over all. Praise the Lord, you his angels, you mighty ones who do his bidding, who obey his word. Praise the Lord, all his heavenly host, you his servants who did his will. Praise the Lord, all his works everywhere in his dominion. Praise the Lord, O my soul. I like that. It's one of my favorites too. And you see, I highlight all my stuff that I need to find quickly sometimes in my Bible. Same way Psalms 91 is highlighted that way too. And I use different colors too. I was going to show you that. I don't know if I did it in this particular Bible, but I have it. One of them, I got them all colored up and everything. Yeah, Psalms 91, yeah, it's colored. Yeah, I didn't do it all in this one. I got one color in here, but my other ones are. Hey, my cats are getting in a fight. Just what you want to hear. Let's see. Okay, now this Bible has the King James Version and the New Living Translation together in one Bible, which I like that too. Let's see. Anything anyone else wants to hear? See, that was 103, was it? 104. Yeah. Do you guys ever read the last part in the book of Revelation where it talks about New Jerusalem and stuff coming down, and just during the rapture and stuff, the things, the rewards and stuff for his people. It's like, how can people not, I just don't understand how people can not believe there's a God and that he's in control of everything. I just don't understand it. I can't figure that one out. But I know it's because they have scales over their eyes. They just, when he touches your heart, he comes in or convicts you and you accept him, then the scales come off your eyes and you can see things that you never saw before. But even when I wasn't born again, of course I was at a young age, but like 11, I think, I knew there was a God. I knew that Jesus, the whole story of Jesus and all that stuff, and I thought it was beautiful, and like so many other people do. But then it became real to me. It's like, then I saw things I didn't see before. I saw the power, the amazing love and compassion of God. Because, see, I grew up, my grandfather was a pastor, and his brother was a pastor, and my grandma, boy, she could preach too. And my dad, he believed in the Lord and stuff too. He still does. But when I first encountered the Lord when I was young, I was scared to death. I thought he was out to squash me like a bug. I didn't understand that it was out of love, But his presence has always been on my life. Sometimes it was so strong. I don't know how to describe it other than it's like when I was reading there, I felt it too. He comes in the room and I know he's there. I can feel it. But when I was young, I was surrounded with it, and I guess I had this newfound zeal and stuff, that you get when you first get saved, which, well, it never went away, but it was overpowering then. It was like if I turned my head too fast, I was going to see him standing there. And it scared me. because I could feel the power and everything, and I was scared of that power. I was, it's like being that young, I really didn't understand the workings of it and everything. It was, but I knew it was real. It was terrifying because it was so powerful. I thought I had my old Bible here too that I got when I was a kid. I know I still have it. I think it fell off the shelf on me. You would not believe it if you saw my man cave here. I have Bibles everywhere. But I just gotta look in the right place. And I wanted to show you because I've had people say to me, how could you treat your Bible like that? I said, huh? And I said, well, my Bible's beat up because I'm not. It's like, I have battle scars. Oh boy, do I ever. Hi, Sandy. I gotta see if I can find that. I'm wearing shorts today, as you can see. Here's my big one. Well, I don't know where I put it right now. I bet it's out in the other room. Yeah, I'll show you some other time when I find where I put it. It's around in here someplace. Anyway. But today, I'll repeat it. I said it earlier, but some of you weren't here. Today is my wife's 63rd birthday. And the kids are coming up sometime today. I don't know if we're gonna grill outside or what we're gonna do. We can do something. Okay, 3 people here yet. I appreciate y'all hanging around. I really do. Maybe you can share it out to other people if you want. Trying to find the next thing to talk about. Let's see. But what are you guys all doing today? Yeah. Don't mind me, I'm turning pages here. I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying to read the chat, keep up with that. I don't know if it's right or not. It says there's 3 viewers here now. Don't you just love it when a plan doesn't come together? Let's see. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about too. It's not. Is your MS acting up, Sandy? Yeah. I'll be, if my son doesn't do it, I'll be cooking burgers or something. But other than that, I don't really know. I thought about if my granddaughter comes up, of maybe having her help me plant some radish seeds or something, because she likes to do things with Grandpa, you know. Somebody was here. Daisy's barking. Like, oh, your MS is acting up? Sorry, sissy. Or is it something else and not the MS part? Oh, my buddy. My brother from another mother. Hi, Tim. I never had no brothers. Tim, I adopted you. And believe it or not, Tim, I still haven't burned my hot dogs yet. Maybe I'll do that today with the kids. I doubt it, though. They'll have something up their sleeve they want to do. Oh, yeah, Woodswoman, she's my sister, Tessie. My real sister, Sandy. Sorry, I thought you knew that. I keep forgetting that everybody knows that, and I forget to say it. Yep, Sandy's got a channel, too. She does wood carving. She teaches it, too. Crocheting and knitting. Well, Sandy can tell you. She does all kinds of stuff. I got her started. I nagged her until she started a channel. See, not only women can nag, brothers can too. Okay. This is the next one. I guess we'll do it this one. I mean, who doesn't need this? I bet you know what I'm going to say. It's my favorite part. 1 Corinthians 13. So you can read along if you'd like to, or just listen, I don't care. It's what the Bible says that love is. Okay? If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith and can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I know I shall know fully, even as I'm fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. I love that. I really, 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 really do. I think that's part that all of us need to memorize. Because if there's anything you feel for somebody that's not in there, and you think you love them, but it's not in there, it's not love. It's something else. I had to sneak that in there. Yep. So, oh, you're at the flea market, Tim? Ooh. What kind of goodies do you see? Oh, have fun with your company, Sandy. Or should I say woods woman? God bless you, Sandy. Have a good day. I love my sissy. She usually stops in almost every day. I have 4 other sisters, too. Sandy, Wendy, Cindy, and Connie. No brothers. Except for Tim. I adopted him. He ain't got no choice. I did it anyway. You see any goodies, Tim? Probably lots of them. I know every time I go to the flea market, I see so much stuff, and I don't have the money for it, but ooh, some of that stuff I want. And it's mostly the old stuff. Like old blue canning jars. I love those things. I had a whole bunch of them. And I had them sitting on an antique dining room table I had in our basement. Probably, I don't know, 40, 50 jars, because it was a big dining room table that my mom had finished, and we got a flood, and a flood, and a flood, and I didn't know that our basement was even flooding. Well, the legs collapsed on my table, and all of my jars ended up in a broken, massive, convoluted, different colors all over the concrete floor. I was slightly upset that day. Very upset. And kitchen stuff. I love kitchen stuff. Yeah, if I was there. Oh. I like flea markets a lot. Did you see in my other videos, Tessie? Well, my video I made for Good Friday. Don't watch that one unless you got a bucket and a box of Kleenex. Holy moly. That was something else. I got a box of 8 pounds Well, I did. This is lentils. And there's 8 pounds of them in here, and I still got this little bitty left. Don't know what to do with it. Because I ain't got any canning jars or nothing that small. All my canning jars pretty much all have stuff in them now. And I don't know how many pounds of pinto beans. Yeah, I've done a whole bunch of live streams that were all really good ones. A couple of them you were in. Oh, here's a question for you, Tessie. I have 3 boxes of, I think 12? Let me check here. I'll show you here. I don't know what to do with them, and I don't like the things myself, but they were free. I don't know if it'll show up on camera. Yeah, I know, pint jars. I go through them things like crazy too. Because for just me and Teresa, it's, pints really work really good. I have mostly quarts, and then I got a couple 2-quart jars that I canned soup or something, man, I can't remember. Yeah, I know the feeling. It's like I've been dehydrating and stuff. I've done green peppers, celery, onions, ginger. I think that's about it. But anyway, any ideas with it, how to do these up? I don't know if you can see it. Find my camera here. Can you read that? I got 3 boxes of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 packs in a box. Smoked oysters. They're from, it says product of China, but it comes from Mount Holly, New Jersey. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I use salad dressing jars all the time. I have for, oh my gosh, at least 30 years. See right here, this is bean with bacon soup I did. This is a salad dressing jar. I've never had one of these ever spoil. I did this 24th of March. I canned these up. Bean soup with Canadian bacon. Yeah, they're smoked oysters. I don't know if you're just supposed to eat them or they go in something. I have no idea. And Tessie, this here, my writing's rubbing off, I think. Oh, it's on the lid. This is a pickle jar. Italian lentil soup I made. And it's got a commercial thing on it, but it's sealed. I ain't had one spoil yet. Hello, you're on the air.
Daisy and Bea, they both gotta go out.
Yep, I figured. I'm gonna sit you down, so. And you're live on the air, everyone can hear you. So don't talk dirty to me.
Yeah, about right now.
I'm just messing with you. Trying to get this box back on the these oyster things. I'm talking to Tessie about trying to figure out what to do with them to preserve the things. Oh yeah, I use them all the time in the pressure canner. Anything that I don't know quite how to do, I do it in a pressure canner to be safe. It's like a lot of people, when they do jellies and stuff, they do them in a boiling water bath. Well, I made some apple mint jelly one time, and it wouldn't seal, no matter what I did. So I put it in the pressure cooker and did it in there. It sealed. I saved from having to throw it out. Oh, Tessie says happy birthday.
Oh, tell her just thanks.
You tell her. You're on speakers.
Thanks, Jessie. Can you come get them, guys?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I bent over the wrong way. Oops. Maybe have you ever had any pickle jars break in the pressure canner? Oh, yes. Do you recan them again? Recan them again and again? Oh, yes, I do. Sometimes there'll be a little defect in the glass, or glass gets old like everything else does, you know. I canned them over and over. Yes, I hear you, dear.
I gotta go.
Yeah, okay. I'll be out there in a second.
Bye.
Bye. Be right back. Doggy calls. And yes, I'm wearing shorts. Okay, I am back. Oh, okay, you're letting everybody know. Going back to the dark side. Okay, Tessie, I'm waiting for you. Just let me know when you're back. Whoever else is here. I hate to keep getting up in the middle of my video and stuff, but I do everything for us. I guess people just have to understand that, it's, you know. I do all the housework, all the cooking, all the cleaning, anything outside that Guy normally does, I do that. You name it, I does it. I just sit here sipping my coffee. Yes, a lot of people don't do it because they don't realize, but everything you buy in a store in a glass jar has been pressure canned. So you don't, therefore you know it can withstand heat, extreme heat. And my grandmother used to work at a cannery. Oh, that's awesome, Kim. It's like, it's always nice to see somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Oh, I gotta remember to tell Tessie something too about the salad dressing jars and stuff. Hope I don't forget. Yeah, Tessie, if you can find cur lids, they're better than any ball lid out there. You used to be able to get them all over the place. I'm going to look for them too because they're my favorite canning lid. When those babies seal, I mean, you know how the normal ping sound you hear. Yeah, I see your back. Cur lids, boy, when they seal, they go pop really, I mean, really loud. And when you open a lid that's a cur lid that's been sealed, that baby really has some vacuum to it. I mean, they really seal tight. And people will argue with you saying they're all made by the same company, but they're not. And even if they are, they're still made different. And I wanted to tell you too, Tessie, when you're canning, I'll show you. Say you got jars like this, the old-fashioned salad dressing jars, and say in your, say like you got a 16 quart or so pressure canner, and you can get 7 jars in there. You won't with these. These are a little bit wider than a normal canning jar. They're still 32 ounces. Some of them are a little more than a quart, but they're a little bit bigger around this section. You know, across. I gotta do it on this side. Across this way. So in my canners, both of my canners, I can get 7 regular canning jars in there. But with these jars, I can only get 5. And if you pack them in too tight, and they vibrate, it'll crack too sometimes. But yeah, I've done them in canning jars for years. You better behave yourself, Tim. They do work, and because you got to think, Tessie, when everything that they sell in the store, it's all heat canned, and everything is pressure canned at the store. Everything you buy, so it's already heat resistant. Extreme heat, more than we can even do. Like these were Vlasic pickle jars. And this is a commercial lid that's on there. Can you see that? It's like what you get on a pickle jar. You see? It is sealed. It doesn't pop. And these kind of jars like this, they seal tighter than what the kind we can buy in the store. Just try a few jars, you know. Don't put all your stuff in it, but do a few of them and sit them on the shelf or something separate from the others, so you know, and watch them. See if the seals pop up. I got a lot of stuff on that one. I've never had anything spoiled. If it spoils, you don't open it, you know. Yeah. But Tim, so did Johnny Cash. Yeah, but if you're at a flea market, Tim, and you sit down, that puts all the good stuff right at eye level, and you're going to notice more things. Yeah, it's, my mom, well, I guess my aunt is no longer here. She used to give my mom pointers when I was a kid. They used to have coffee creamer in glass jars, and if a canning lid will fit it, if the ring will go on it, the lid will seal on it too. Mom had brown coffee creamer jars with stuff canned in them, meat and everything. And I helped my mother every summer can. We had a huge garden, really big one, and we canned everything. I don't think there's anything we haven't canned. And I helped her do it because I was the oldest. Hi, Hardneck Farms, how are you? Yeah, Johnny Cash's brother, no cash, or paycheck. I need a paycheck cash. It's like, Tessie, when we were poor back in the days I was growing up, and you had to learn, as I'm sure you know, different ways around doing things. My mom, till she got used to it, she would carry a ring to a canning jar, wide mouth or regular mouth, whatever. And she would try it on the store until she got where she could tell just by holding her hand up on top of the jar if that ring would fit. And she would only buy stuff in glass jars and that a ring would fit on, because she had another purpose for them. She was, after they were done, she was going to can in them. We canned in everything. Yeah. Did you ever see my I think I held it up in one of the videos, Tessie, but I don't know if you were on that one. I'm not sure. We canned a lot of stuff out of this. I don't remember where this came from. 60s or 70s. It's all got tape in it and stuff because we used it so much. I use this still to this day. It tells you how to can all kinds of stuff, and the pressures to use, and the times, and all that stuff. Yep. You buy stuff to reuse it. It's less stuff ending up in the landfill. I might as well have it in my cupboard with a bunch of beans in it or something to feed my family. When my kids were little, my wife's aunt and uncle had a huge garden. I mean, it was probably at least 2 acres. It was nothing but stuff he planted. And he would bring me all kinds of vegetables and stuff out of the garden. I used to make my kids baby food, and when I didn't make it that way, I would can it. And I knew what was in their food then. A lot of recipes say you got to put salt on everything, and you got to put this, that, and the other thing in there. I didn't do that. If it was green beans, beans went in a jar and water. That was it. You don't need all that other stuff, because you can do that when you're preparing it. Add your other stuff. And that's just more expense when you're poor, You don't have to do all that stuff. Oh, this book I got, Tessie? I'm not sure how old it is. Maybe you can find out something about it then. It's got a sticker on it. Someone paid 99 cents for it. I don't know when. Someone gave it to my mom, or she got it from a rummage sale. So I'm not sure where she even got it. But those are the curved. That's what it looks like on the curved canning lids too. But it has pictures and barbecue beef recipes, and it tells you how to make the stuff, plus how to can it, how to boiling water bath it. All of that is in there. Brains even. Ew, who'd want to eat brains? Ew. Chicken with dumplings. See, that's one right there. You're not supposed to do stuff with flour and stuff like that in it. You can do that. Anything you can buy in a can in a store, you can do it at home. Rump-picked chicken, pumpkin. A lot of people tell you can't can pumpkin at home too. That's baloney too. Pumpkin, let's see. This one says to cube it. Cut it into 1-inch cubes, add water to cover, bring to boil. Pack hot cubes into jars. Okay. Sauerkraut made in jars. I've made this before. It's good. Fresh sauerkraut, canned sauerkraut, all kinds of stuff. I make my own sauerkraut all the time. In gallon pickle jars, it works good. Plus I have a 10-pound or 10-gallon crock pot that I use. Crock crock, not crock pot, a crock. How to tell certain things about food if they're spoiled and all kinds of things like that. Oh, here was the contents. Let's see. It's so easy to can with curd jars, caps and lids. Processing methods, step in canning, timetables, altitude chart, fruits, fruit juices, vegetables, meat, poultry, fish, convenience foods, soups, jellies, jelly making, jams, preserves, butters and conserves, marmalades, pickles, relishes, ketchup, chutneys, and sauce, and canning for diabetic, sugarless canning, jars for home freezing, freezing chart. See, there's even freezing stuff in here. Hi, Patriot. I didn't see you sneak on. But this, I use that book a lot. And the favorite things are all marked up. Do you, Tim? Tessie would probably love it. Yeah, some of them jars that he's got are worth quite a bit. He's got some of the blue ones and stuff. And then I think they made a different color too. Brown or something like that in the really old days when they first started doing them. Yeah, this one ain't got none of the color jars on the covers or nothing. Hello? Yeah. Just a second. Okay, now she can.
I would tell you, Tessie, I was so happy to hear about your husband. Is he doing okay now? I hope he is.
Okay, there's a delay. I gotta wait and see for her to hear it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, cucumbers will stay a little crunchier if you do them at boiling water bath, but you actually don't even have to boiling water bath them. You can do them fresh pickled too. $4 for that book, Tessie? Wow. Tessie found my book on eBay. My curd book that I use all the time.
Okay.
So somebody... Oh, she must have bought it. She says, I found it for $4 and I had 5 left. So I got it, okay? You'll like it, Tessie. It's a good book. I used it for years.
Did she get my message?
I'm looking. Oh, she said, yes, he's much better.
That's good.
Only a little redness yet, and the pain is gone.
Tell her I'm so glad for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's so happy.
Yeah, I bet.
Says, we continue to pray.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to tell her that while I was thinking about it.
And she says that it seems to be healing better. And
that's good. I'm so happy to hear that.
He's taking oregano oil internally. Oregano oil is good for a lot of stuff. Sinus problems, too.
Hey, that's what I need.
And it is helping. Oh, the oregano oil is helping.
That's good.
Okay.
I'm so happy to hear that.
So
yeah.
is that what you wanted then? It's just to tell Tessie that?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you that I was thinking about it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Okay.
and try to call Alicia. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye. Oh, that was my wife. She's in the other room. She stays out there with the animals because they all want in here with me, and the cats go meow, 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 and they love me, and they're always in my face. And I got one that likes to. He's out there at the door right now. I don't know if you can hear him or not. He's meow, meow. He wants in here, and I got my garden plant sitting over here, and he loves to play in the dirt. Well, I don't want him to do any in the dirt, you know, because it is dirt. Who knows? And a cat. I got 5 kitties, and when they get in here, along with the dog, it looks like you're at a zoo or something. There's animals everywhere. Love you too, Tootsie. You know that. But that was my wifey anyway. The one who turned 63 today. Well, you know, that's why when I answered the phone, I said, the first time, I said, be careful, you're on the air, don't say nothing dirty. It wasn't dirty I was talking about. It's the hubby to-do list, you know. Yeah. We all know how that goes. Because I accidentally pushed the speaker button instead of the private one, so I didn't want her just snarking at me when when I was live, so everybody could hear how things never are. But I'm sure in 35 years I've done maybe 1 or 2 things to upset her. Not very many, you see. That I do think, Tessie, that you will really like that book when you get it, because it has a lot of, I think, a lot of stuff in there you can't find everywhere else. Okay, Hardneck Farms, thanks a lot for coming. Bless you. Yeah, you'll really like it, because you can't get a lot of the recipes that they used to do in the old days, you know, anymore. Oh yeah, I do, Tessie. One look at that book and you see the stuff that's in it, you'll use it. Who's Grumpy? Did I miss Grumpy? Where is he? Oh, yep, I did. Hi, Grumpy. Going on, Grumpy. Okay. Oops, sorry I slaughtered your name there. Welcome to the show. Can y'all see over here my tomatoes? I don't know if they're showing up in the camera. Well, here, let's see. I'll take you down for a minute. It's going to be a rough ride. Hope I don't make you dizzy. You see my tomatoes? How big they're getting? That's about 8 inches to there and up here. This one's nice and tall. But they want outside, they're starting to get some brown leaves on them, so I want to get them outside. And my squish here is going down the thing. It's got blossoms, but the leaves are getting funky on it. I think it wants out. This squash, it's went to town. I hope I'm getting it on camera. It's got a big, long shoot on it. And I think this is buttercup squash. Buttercup squash is really good squash. And then my cord ain't long enough, but over here, down there, I got cucumbers, and this one I don't know if I can got it on camera or not. Can't really see it. I'm touching it with my finger. I thought it was a pepper plant, but actually I think it's pigweed, which is good for you. I'm not sure. Pigweed, goosefoot. It looks kind of like goosefoot, but I'm not sure. It's edible. And over there on the other side of my room where that other light is, just try to get it in camera here. On that other stand back there, I got elderberry growing. It's doing good. And you can't really see it. My cord isn't long enough. And I got carrots over there too, in containers, waiting to go outside. Oh, you got to do a lot of packing. So you did get the house in Ironwood then? Hold on, people. I don't mean to nauseate anybody. I'm trying to get the camera back where it belongs. So you can see my beautifully ugly face. There. Yeah, once my tomatoes get outside, that does happen to me sometimes in the house. But when I get them outside, they perk up and they go crazy. I want to get a cattle panel and some T-posts to tie my tomatoes up to if my ship comes in. Because I want to keep them off the ground. Cause last year I planted beefsteak tomatoes and I got a whole bunch of them, but they didn't ripen. I picked them all green and brought them in the house and ripened them in the house. Oh, really, Patriot? I'll have to try that. Oh, I wish I had the money, Tim, if that was a truck, because I need a truck. I guess I missed some chat here. Well, now my mouse quit working. I'll fix it. Turn it off and turn it back on. Yeah, I'm planting Amish paste this year. Well, you can see I've already got them growing. You have bikes for sale. Huh. Are those the ones you were working on in that one video, Tim? God bless you too, Patriot. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. We'll have to meet up when you get up here to Michigan. Can't wait to meet you. I'm not ignoring you people. I'm going back through the chat to see what I missed when I was talking to my wife. Let's see here. You got a Plymouth car? Or is it the truck, Tim? Oh, you have to, Tim. You bet, Tessie. Tessie, he's trying to get in trouble. Yeah, downsizing. Oh, you better believe it. So I want to get a dumpster. Because out here we don't have garbage pickup. We have to haul everything out. And boy, I got so much garbage right now. When my van was broke down for 6 months, I think, I couldn't get rid of the garbage. And with the animals I have out here, yeah, imagine the scene I have right now. Yeah, Grumpy, I hate moving too. That's a job. Backbreaking job. Oh, a Belvedere? Ooh. My ex-son-in-law would love that. Fishing poles. I never would have gave away my fishing poles. Of course, I only have 2 of them. The way you do everything, you probably had like 50 of them, right? If you have a pole to coincide with all those reels you put up the other day. Yeah, throw her a piece of chocolate, Patriot. She'll be happy. I know, Patriot, and I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all you guys. Vola Ranger Kid, hi, how are you? 78 degrees in Tennessee. That's nice. Really nice. I like it about 78 degrees. Any more than that's too hot for me. Over 1,000. Holy moly. Fishy poly. Okay, Grumpy. Thanks for coming. Did I lose Tessie? Let's see. When I moved my mouse, I might have went too fast, or not all the way down again. Nope. 80 degrees in Florida. Ooh. 80 is okay. I can handle up to about 85, then it's way too warm for me. Because here we get 85 and then we got all the humidity too. Of course in Florida you probably got a lot of humidity too. Yep, thanks for coming, Luke. Have a nice day. Have a blessed day. Oh, okay, Tessie. Yes, I would really, I'd love to come to Pennsylvania once just to see all the, like the, is it as good as everybody says it is? If you guys know, Tessie and Tim, the Hershey place, it's like, I heard that the founder was a Christian and was a good person, I guess, pretty much. Don't know if all that's true or if it's just media hype. I don't know. Oh, Tessie. I hope you're not offended by this or anyone else. But I told you in your chat thing that if you show me yours, I'll show you mine. There you go. That's my teeth. In the bottom, I don't have any teeth. All of this from here, all the way back here, was all dead, diseased bone that they cut out. Yeah, that's what they say. Oh, really, Tim? Oh, I didn't know that either, Tessie. But I knew he was a Christian, but I didn't know he was Mennonite. Yeah, my teeth down here are they're dentures, but they're also a prosthetic for this part of my jaw here, that from the front here that you can't see. They removed a bunch of bone there all the way back. Oh yeah, these ones on the top, most of them are all like glass, I guess. They put that white filling in stuff in, and I have the black fillings up there too, but in the front they put the whatever that composite, I think they call it, and I like that better. I didn't want to run around with big old black things, and that would not be good. Yeah, they said when they did my surgery, see what happened in the front was I went to have teeth pulled, and when they pulled the ones in the front, they discovered I had dead bone in there and it was really infected. The doctor, he says, I can't believe that you don't have some kind of bad side effects from that. Because he said, I'm surprised it didn't go to your brain. I said, maybe it did. Maybe that's why things don't work so good. Well, I did notice that I forgot a lot of things that I used to know. And he said that could have affected it. But now that the teeth are out, because even these ones that were back here and stuff, they were all really bad. And I have noticed that I feel so much better, and I'm still to this day getting that poison out of my system, and that was like 3 years ago now. William, you remember when I first started talking to you about it? Yeah, I don't do good with crowds either. I'm pretty much a loner. I'd love to see where they make the candy and stuff. I do like chocolate. Well, that would make sense if he was a dairy farmer. He could get all the milk for probably free, or close to it. And back then, the farmers actually owned their farms. Nowadays, like, we have friends up here, they still own their farm. 5 generations, they got like 700 cows. Oh, my daughter. My wife will get that. And there was a lady up the road that was selling it raw milk and stuff, but there was a family farm too, and somebody else took over the farm. It's no longer owned by them. I didn't know that, so I called her to see about getting raw milk that one day. And she says, we don't run the farm anymore. Somebody else does it. Okay, but they still live there. Don't know how that works. Yeah, we have a lot of really nice small parks up here too. Well, the one that's close to me where I'd like to have a gathering at, they have a swimming lake there and everything, and you can camp, and fish, and all that right in the same place. They have pavilions and all that stuff there, but it's pretty much rural. It's up here. It's right off the highway, but it's not that busy. Except for, well, the few days where it does get really hot up here, then it's busy. But other than that, it's not really. They have weddings there and family reunions and stuff. Hello? Okay. 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 Yep. Right. Oh, you do too have friends, Tim. If you weren't so far away, I'd gang up with Tessie. We'd go over there and take a round out of you. You do too have friends. I mean that in a good way. Behave now. Your 14 personalities. Well, which one are we on today? Because I love them all. You just, are they Jekyll or Hyde? Or both? Oh, really? You two are related? Well, then so am I, because I adopted Tim. Yeah, we blood. Tim keeps bringing up the food he's cooking too and driving me crazy. He starts a chain reaction. He comes on here and he says, "Oh, I made bean soup today." And everybody else is saying, "Oh, now I'm hungry." They're listing all these different foods and stuff. I think the personality today is Eeyore, Tim. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. Every time I get close to the camera, I lose my face. It gets dark. Ugh, that was a little bright. Holy moly, that thing is bright. That's a little too bright. Now I see spots. It does, does he? He flip-flops. And he kept, maybe it's Dracula because he said he kept going to the dark side. Yeah. Isn't it kind of describing us all? Yeah, yep. Well, he hasn't started a chain reaction yet of listing what he's cooking today. That usually starts it. He planted one in my head the other day, and I can't get it out. Talking about burnt hot dogs. I love burnt hot dogs. I swear the guy knew it or something. Something sneaky going on there. I think he's sitting there deciding which one he wants to be next. Or they're fighting with each other. I noticed though all the personality seems to have a little, like a Scottish accent to them for some reason. He's lurking. Maybe he had to do a potty run. Oh wait, he's at the flea market. He must have found a nice shiny bike he's playing with or something. Or another fishing pole. Oh no, it's probably a radio with knobs. No, my kids are coming over. We're just gonna cook burgers and, that kind of stuff. I guess. I made 15 pounds of ground bologna yesterday. Got out my cast iron grinder and hooked it to the table, and I ground up a gallon of pickles, and well, you know how to make that, I'm sure. And after I'm halfway through it, I said, I should have did a video on this. Maybe somebody would love to see this, because I had the old crank that you hook to the table. I want one that hooks to the sink, but someday. Do you remember, Tessie? You probably remember. I could get it and show you, but I'd have to go dig it out. But there's this claw-like thing. You close it, and it's got like a thing that goes in, and a handle at the top. You turn it around, and it grinds up your stuff for like coleslaw and stuff. I have one of those too, with blades on it and that. It's called a moolie, I think. My mom used to have one years ago, and it was bigger, but this one's quite small. But it's neat looking. I liked it. I can go get it. Or, oh, okay, you're talking about if I did a video? Yeah. I should have done a video. It's so stupid, too, the way it happens. I'm right in the middle, halfway through, and I said, oh, shoot, I should have made a video. Would have been a great video, but I already had the pickles all ground up and everything. There he is. We all have those. I used to have one too. My favorite uncle, he passed away. Well, the one I was talking about the other day that got Agent Orange from being in the war. His picture's up here on my wall too. Oh, did I ever show you that, Tussie? I'll show you. This, had to move my camera again. See, this is my prayer wall here. It's all people that I pray for every day. And that. And, oh, and a project, painting. That's the cover, what it's supposed to look like. The actual painting is there. I haven't even started it yet. Oh. And my junk up there. Junk over here. I showed everybody the other day, Tessie, quilt that I was making. That I had started. I never showed you before, so I might as well show you again. I gotta get back here to stand up to show you. See the squares? All different. I hope it's coming out in the... Maybe I should turn the light on here. This light is really bright though. It might work for this. It's all squares. You can see how shiny it is. It's like a acetate type, like almost feels like silk. And boy, is it hard to sew. It slides all over the sewing machine. I'll try to bring it up so you can see, but I'm running out of hands. What do you think of that? But that's as far as I got it so far. Trying to make another quilt. I got lots of this material. I just gotta finish it. But I have to get more. Oh, that light is bright. More needles for my sewing machine and more of the clear serger thread. I get the big spools of it because I use a lot of it. Really think it's beautiful? I thought it was kind of... It's when you're sitting here under the light and just like all these patterns, it's like, oh my gosh, it's flashy. Oh yeah. You should send me a picture too, Tim. I'd love to see who I look at every day. Behind the name. Oh no. Here comes the food. What are you going to tempt me with today, Tim? Don't you think them colors are kind of gaudy though, Tessie? I don't know. Well, you like browns and stuff, and there's quite a few browns in there. Would you like something like that? I don't know if I would. I can't hide it. Look at me. I'm not pretty either. Oh, cheeseburger and asparagus. I love asparagus. I like to buy fresh asparagus too and steam it. It's good that way. Well, asparagus. I'll eat it canned. I'll eat it I love the stuff. It's supposed to grow wild around here, but I never get lucky enough to find any. One year we had a really plentiful year for the honeysuckle mushrooms. I picked a whole bunch of those, and I couldn't give them to people. I had grocery bags full of them. Ooh, hoagie sounds good too. See, he went and did it again. Now I'm going to think about hoagie all day. Of course, your cheeseburger. That sounds good too. I'm making burgers later. I don't know if my son will do it, or I will, but they usually want me to cook because they like my burgers. I hope I get pickles this year. If I can't grow any, I'm going to have to buy them because I want to do some bread and butter pickles. I love those. But I don't like nothing hot in them. Ugh. Yeah. Hoagies are good. Yes, you do. Do you sell stuff at the flea market, Tim? I sure would. Of course, I don't know. I can't give stuff away usually. When I had my chickens, they gave me more eggs than I could possibly use. I tried to sell them. And I did sell a few, but not that many. I sure gave a lot of them away. But she wants me to let the dog in. Hello? Eventually? Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, yep. Tim's trying to tempt me with food again. Yeah. Okay. I'll come out there in a second. Okay. Bye. Oh, wow. That'd be cool, Tim. Maybe you can make enough money to buy some more stuff. That's what I do. That's my problem. Of course, not anymore, but used to be. Now I want to get a dumpster to put out here and just get rid of the stuff I got that I don't want anymore. I hate cleaning around it. I gotta step out for a sec. I'll be right back. him back. Yeah, I know. When we had a house, Tessie, in Bay City, where my kids were raised, and we lost that after almost 20 years. Then we had to go to government housing. That was a nightmare. Drug deals going on outside. Police out there all hours of the day. Yep. When I moved in here, I had to burn a lot of stuff. Don't mind me, I'm just eating some turkey or chicken breast. Yeah, for me, it's my wife. It's books. She loves books. Candy jars would be me. Yeah. Well, I have computer parts, all kinds of computer parts, because that's what I used to do. I used to build and sell computers, custom computers. Would you believe it or not? I used to be registered on Dun and Bradstreet. I don't know if you could still find it on there or not, but if you searched Campbell Computers, that was me. I once owned a pet shop right in my house. I ran, at the time I had the pet shop, I was a supervisor for Christmas Around the World, which is a House of Light company. And House of Light, I sold Avon, believe it or not. Did lots of stuff like that. And plus I made, I worked for a company making marionette puppets and selling, or made them and then they sold them. And that was a rip-off. Yeah, I would too, Tim. Like Tessie's saying, if I could get down there, or up there, or over there. I'm in the same boat. I wonder, are we all on the same ship that sunk? I came over on the slave ship. I was in the bottom rowing. Yeah. I know when I got my dentures, they wanted to put um, metal studs in my jaw and stuff. And do those like implant things. And I watch videos when they do those implant things, and I had to have so many of them. So that's going to be too painful. Yeah, you did, Tessie. That's what happened to me. Um, I was doing a anniversary party for my mom and dad, their 50th anniversary. We were at the party. I think we were getting ready to eat or something, or had eaten something, and my tooth in the front just snapped off. And I didn't go in right away. I suffered with it. But not long after, then the toothaches all started even worse. Yep. Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? I certainly understand, Tessie. I've been through the nightmare of the teeth. And now it's like, ugh. Eat a blueberry. Those little tiny seeds that's in a blueberry, they feel like they're that big around. They get under your plate. Oh my gosh. They had to cut, excuse me, a bunch of bone out of there, like I was saying. But when they did that, it exposed all the nerves there, and it's flatter surface than what it would normally be. Like you got teeth and you get these little, where each tooth is in your gum. Mine are like, and when you bite down on something like that, it feels like I'm trying to shove glass shards into my gums or something. It really hurts. But I'll tolerate this. As to go through them toothaches and stuff again, oh, my jaws used to come out like, oh, stick way out. Yeah. I know if my grandkids were here and I would have took my plate out like I did with you guys. They would have went, ew, gross. Like, it's teeth. Yeah, it's like we don't walk around with a 3-inch thick wallet, To be honest, I don't know anybody that has that much money that they carry around with them. Yeah, they do. Well, I can't complain because I had Medicaid. I still do. Or else I wouldn't have got it done. That's why for at least 25 years, I went around that way, and it affected my brain and everything because the poison will get there up to your head and stuff. Because I couldn't do anything about it. I had no money. There was no way I could pay that. It was like, I forget what the bills, at least 8,000, maybe more, for what they did, which I thought was cheap, really, but it's not the going rate, I don't think. To do that, I had to go see an oral surgeon. Okay, Tim. But up here in Michigan, they have the Healthy Michigan Medicaid thing. If it wasn't for that, as soon as I got on it, I found out I qualified and got on it, I went and got my teeth done. It's through the Delta Dental. They paid for everything, or I wouldn't have had it. Yeah, I remember that, Tessie. I think that's when I first started talking to you about your teeth. The dog's barking. I thought somebody was here. Yes, you can. I remember I was laying on the couch with my jaws sticking out like this, and I had 3 kids to take care of. So I had my 2 kids, and then I had another kid I was taking care of. Her mother was staying with us, and she worked with my wife. And I took care of everybody's kids, 24/7, 365 days a year. That's what I did. No matter what I did, I couldn't get a job anywhere, so I got to raise the kids. Not what I had envisioned when I got married, but that's what happened. So I know what it's like to struggle. I've been through 2 bankruptcies. Had to start over so many times it wasn't funny. It's like nothing you can do when the bottom drops out of your life. We went through the whole 9 yards with the credit cards and all that. It's like, I won't have another credit card. It's like, yeah, it would help me out right now, but I'd be paying for it into my next lifetime, which I'm not going to be here. So I don't want that. It's like, if I can't pay for it outright, I don't need it. You know, I mean, there's certain things you have to, like my house. But in 18 months, well, less than that now, our house will be ours. It'll be paid off. So I can't wait for that. Then I have to do some fixing on the house. I did enough to make it livable for us to move into, but I still got stuff I gotta do yet. But it's like, I'm paying for the house first. I'm not going in debt up to my eyeballs and not be able to pay it off. It's like, no, I'm all done with the debt scene. Oh. Well, I guess I can turn my little heater off now. It's warming up in here now. It'll shut off in a minute. I know when that infection had to have got to me some, because there's a lot of things that happened years ago that I can't no longer remember. I'll be somewhere with family and they'll say, remember this, and they'll tell me the story, and it's like, I have no memory of it. It's weird. I know the doctor says, I can't believe you made it this far. It was so bad. I said, well, It's when you're poor, you get things shoved down your throat that other people can, you know, walk away from and stuff, you know. Oh, it's rainy and damp there. It's bright and sunny here today. We had the rainy and damp a little bit yesterday and all day the day before. But I got my garden spot all along the whole front of my house. I got that all tilled up with my tiller. Oh, you didn't see that in my other video. I got this tiller thing from Dollar General. And it has 4 prongs that stick out on it and a T-handle. And it's about maybe so tall, you know. And cranked that in there and it tore up the dirt and stuff. How many years ago was that? Oh, my teeth? I would say 3 years now. Oh, my daughter. Okay, honey. She says, we're on our way now. Yeah, it was... Oh, well, you remember, Tessie, when I was talking to you? How long ago was that when you did your video about your infection? A couple of years, wasn't it? Because it was like a year or two before you talked about yours. It's got to be at least 3 years. And I'm still getting over some of it. It's weird how long it takes to get out of your system. But it's like I feel so much different. It's almost strange. Yeah, it was quite a while ago. We were talking about it. Yeah, so if your video was 2 years ago, it was about a year or two before when you were talking about yours. So right around in there, it was the day before or the day after Valentine's Day that year when I got my teeth. It was a long process. But it was so worth it. I didn't like all the shots right in the mouth, but it had to be done. And some of the infection was so bad, I lost count at like 40 some shots, and I could still feel it. So I said, as long as it doesn't hurt any worse than that, just go ahead, just rip it out of there. And then this part back here, from about here to here, I had to go see a maxillofacial specialist surgeon. And they were going to give me shots too, but they gave me the choice. They said, do you want to just, we'll make you like Twilight for the surgery or out? And at first I said Twilight. And then I called them back and I said no, because I got thinking how my other ones hurt and stuff. I said I don't want them to be 3/4 into it and the pain is so bad I can't stand it. So it's like they had to cut bone and stuff out of there. It's like, nah. So I called them back and I said, I want to be out. I don't want to know anything. So I went in there and he gave me Valium and why he gave me that, I don't know. But he gave me Valium and Xanax, and that I had to take a couple, 2-3 hours before I went down there. And then they gave me this little butterfly IV thing. The doctor, he put it in this arm. He couldn't hit the vein right. So then the nurse went over here and she put it in this arm. And she says, start counting backwards. And I started counting backwards, and I don't think I made it to 2, and that's all I remember. I woke up and it was all over. But when I got home, there was a piece of something hanging in my mouth that shouldn't be there. Well, I went in my tackle box, and I got these long, they're called hemostats. They're like big, long tweezer things about so long. I reached in there, and they clamp, and they lock. So I reached in my mouth. I left it alone for 2 or 3 days, and I said, well, I gotta get that out of there, because this ain't gonna heal right with that thing in there. It felt like something hard. So I grabbed it and I cranked down on it, and it was something hard. And I said, oh boy, this is gonna hurt. My wife was in bed. I should have waited till she was up, just in case I bled out or something. How to say it other than that. Sorry for being gross. But I didn't. I yanked that thing out of there. Ugh. It was, sometimes when you get teeth taken out, you get bone chips that will work out. But this was not a bone chip. This was a big, solid chunk of jawbone that apparently they had messed, and it was attached to the gum. That's why it wouldn't come out. Well, it came out. I got it out. And I thought, oh boy, I hope I didn't tear my gums all up and everything else. So I just packed it full of gauze in there like what he did, and bit down on it until it stopped bleeding. And then, yeah, it healed up fine. With that piece in there, it was like hanging on a piece of tissue or something. It was flapping all around in there. And well, I can't have that. I'm going to chomp on that thing, you know. And every time I got a piece of food over it, it would shove that thing. It really hurt. So I was tender anyway, because I just had jaw surgery, you know. So I got it out of there. It was not a joyful experience. But I probably could have went back, and he would have knocked me out to cut it out and stuff. But whew, it hurt. But I've always worked on myself when I had to, because that's the only way I could do anything. I couldn't go to the doctor. I keep hearing things like a big old squirrel. I thought it was a beaver or something. It's so big. Yes. I don't know. The pain of yanking that thing up, that was pretty real too. Pretty real. But I kept the chunk for a while. It was a great big chunk of bone. But little tiny, the normal little splinter things that come in, because you do, every once in a while I want to work up and poke through it, you just snap it off, and it don't hurt or nothing, or pull it out. Well, this was not. It was attached. It's not there anymore. And then the dentist told me something too, the surgeon. He says, I thought you had all your wisdom tooth pulled. I said, yeah. I said, I have them at home in my jewelry box. He said, no, you didn't. He says, there's one still there. I said, well, it grew back then because I have it in a jar at home. He said, oh, they don't grow back. I said, I beg to differ with you. I was there. I felt every one of those. I know it was. Oh, that was a nightmare. Go in the doctor's office and he says to the nurse, get out the Minnesota retractor. I'm like, Minnesota retractor? What the heck is that? Well, 47 shots later, I had a wisdom that had grown in and they had to take it out, which is the reason I had to have the surgery here is because it grew in. And there was one up at the top they had to take this time too. That grew up into my sinuses. That's why I had to go to the special surgeon. because my regular dentist says I'm not going to attempt that. He says it's too close to your sinuses. I'll probably mess it up. So he sent me to that specialist. Well, yeah. He said the tooth had roots like that long on it. They went way up in there. But though, anyway, the dentist before that got the Minnesota retractor, he said the roots on my wisdom teeth came up and they wrapped right around my jawbone way in the back. So he put my feet up in the air. I'm standing on my head and he's digging at me with this thing. It looked like a butter knife. And so he was putting so much pressure on there. I said, if that thing slips, it's going to come right out the back of my head because he's pushing so hard, you know. He got it out. But boy, I tell you, it was not painless, put it that way. Well, I'm glad that's gone. And my mom was telling me my grandpa, her dad, was the same way. His molars and stuff wrapped right around both sides. Well, right around the jawbone and over the top and hooked in. Like, oh my goodness. But I know on one of my teeth he had to cut it in half to get it out. And when he crunched it with the things, it went pow, and when it did, everything went black. I was like, holy cow, man, it was such a shock to my system. So, I know about teeth problems. Yeah, yeah. And I know when they do eye teeth, they will make you cry too. It doesn't hurt, because when they did my teeth in the front here, they went way up in there doing something. I don't know what all they did, but boy, I felt it all. And I'm crying like a baby. Not that I was crying, my eye just started watering, big old tears coming down. He says, it's okay to cry. I said, I'm crying? There must have been a nerve in there that they froze because my nose froze and everything. And I swear that needle, when they shoved it in there, it felt like they squirted the stuff up in my sinus. You could feel the needle going up in there. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's... Oh. But the teeth in the front, I wanted them all pulled too, but they decided to put that goop in there. Oh. Okay. I gotta get going too pretty soon because my kids are gonna be here in a minute. Love you too, Tessie. More than you can even not know, I think. Maybe you do. Let's just say you do. Yeah. Yeah, I should get going too, you know. Won't see me? Why? Did I miss something? Oh. Okay, talking to Tessie. Yeah, she's not gonna be here. She won't see you. Yeah. 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 Okay. I'll get going then too, you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. And everyone else that might be watching, it says there's 4 people, but I only see 2. So whoever else is there, hi. 4-wheelers. I'm gonna get going then, and you guys can, go back to your day and everything. I thank everybody for coming and watching, spending your day with me, and hopefully I left fingerprints on your heart, And, like I always say, whatever you do in life, make a difference. Bye now. Jesus loves you, and so do we. Bye.